にこれまで出させるとは。調子付きやってボケがあってか。すんだろ。次、内頃やんな。校長も校長先生。これでどうだ。ラッキー。まだわからないのか。お前の勝ちがついえたこと。我慢うんかヒート。体力勝負は俺の名前だ。ソニックブリッター。You still have lots more to work.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Prince of Tennis 2005 Crystal Drive. So, we're in the semifinals of the Kantou doubles tournament, and we're facing off against Shishido and Shotaro, I believe that's his name. This is a team I've talked about a lot, I'm pretty sure. They're my favorite doubles teams, just by sheer fact that I love Shishido and I love Otori's sort of serve, or Otori's serve is really, he has the fastest serve in the game. I find that really cool. Anyways, I've already talked about both these guys, so I'm not gonna spend too much time like I have the last two episodes sort of talking a lot about the series, just because I've already played these guys several times. I mean, I definitely have at least 2 videos with Shishido just because of my when I was using Muramachi. They had this sort of little rivalry where he keep beating my ass. What I want to talk today about was more tennis related, and so I have tennis classes today. I don't really feel like going to tennis, to be honest. I've been dying to play tennis, because the thing is, I really want to play tennis. I really want to get better at tennis. The only thing is that I want to play tennis, you know, like tennis classes are fine, like I've said it before. I know I need the instruction. I'm not the best tennis player in the world. I don't have the best technique. I don't have any of that stuff. So I really need to, you know, have a coach teach me these things. But at the same time, what I think I majority lack, or that doesn't really make a lot of sense. What I lack the most is experience. And it's not so much experience in terms of like, I don't know how to explain it. Experience is the best word I can think of. But basically, I just need to be on the court and play a lot of games, is what I'm saying. Not so much experience in like certain situations or like anything like that. Just in general, I just need to play a lot of games, because that way I'll be good. Like, not in terms of like I'll be a good player, but I'll be, you know, a lot more confident, and I'll be a lot more sort of receptive to everything. So when, you know, I'm learning stuff, I'll be able to use it a lot better, and I'll be able to learn a lot better just because I've played so many games. That's sort of what I've been thinking. Like, I don't know, because, you know, we'll do the usually how it works is we'll do some drills. Well, first we'll warm up with some mini tennis, just, you know, to warm up, get a feel for the court. Do that, that's fine. And then after that, once, you know, everyone arrives, we'll do some drills. These drills usually consist of us, you know, standing back at well, most times standing back at the baseline, or standing close to the net, or in a certain position around the net. We'll, you know, line up, and he'll throw a ball at us, and he'll tell us, you know, hit a forehand, hit a running backhand, you know, hit a forehand, run up, hit an approach backhand, and then, you know, hit a forehand volley, you know, that kinds of things, you know, mix it up. And that's fine, I have no problem with that. You know, I'll go and I'll do it, I'll fuck up sometimes, and I'll either myself, you know, when I'm walking back, you know, to get back into place, I'll think to myself like, alright, what the hell did I do wrong? Let me, you know, I'll always be practicing my swing constantly. And if not that, then, you know, the coach will tell me, hey, open up your shoulder more, or hit the ball lower, bend down more, you know, something like that, which I'm fine with. The only thing is that the class is only an hour long, so the time that I have to, well, those are 2 separate points, sorry. The class is only an hour long, so I don't really get to be there as much as I'd like to, which I know is really selfish, but then at the same time, I'm only playing once a week, so that's not really a lot, especially given the fact that I don't really play tennis anywhere else. I used to play tennis at the handball courts around my neighborhood, just because it's really hard for A, to get a partner that actually play with me, B, to get a to go to a court. That's a little too complicated. That's an issue I've gone over several times. But I was at the handball courts, and I've just been sort of figured that that would at least tide me over till I figured out something, or I was just too old to play in general. But the issue that I found with that is that my swing sort of changed drastically because of the handball. It's really different to hit a ball at the handball court as it is to hit a ball on an actual tennis court. Like, not only was my form different, but my sense of depth was different, because the handball court, I could smack the ball as hard as possible and the ball will still, quote unquote, be in, whereas in an actual court it won't be out, selling that in, throw it out mad far just because of all the power that I put out, and I have no way to gauge that since I was so used to the handball court and there's no depth. It would just hit the wall and then come back and I have to get ready. And I also noticed that, ironically, this is my own fault, I got lazy with the court, playing at the court, because I would hit the ball and the ball would hit the wall and come back, and I would go and hit the ball, but I won't go into my ready stance in between. So I have this weird sort of chicken stance in between that is improper. Not that a ready stance is appropriate or not appropriate, necessary is what I meant to say, in every point or what have you, but it's a lot more useful, or I don't know how to explain it. It's a lot more efficient to be ready to move and hit the ball, especially for me who used to at the very least specialize in what's it called, court coverage. Specifically, I'm a really defensive player, so being able to get ready and then moving to the ball is a lot easier for me if I'm in a ready stance and whatnot. Whereas now I kind of like hit the ball and then kind of think like, oh, is it going in? I wonder if it's going in. And then, the ball will just come back at me and I won't be ready enough time to go and get it. Like, I need the confidence to hit the ball and just have it go over and then just be in my ready set. So it's one part me being lazy because of the court, and another part just me not having confidence to hit the ball. So, I don't know. I gotta figure out how to fix those two. And the only way that I can really get that kind of confidence is by playing a lot of games, and or not so much playing games, just playing in general. Because at least before, what I would do a lot is I would play a lot of rallies, or I would hit a lot of rallies with my friends. We wouldn't actually play games, so we kind of just hit the ball back and forth, which is good because that built up my confidence to a certain degree, so that was fine. From that point, I had to start playing more games because that built up a different kind of confidence, because in a rally, you want to sort of hit the ball to your partner or the person that's on the other side of the court so that they can hit the ball back to you. Whereas in a game, you kind of don't really want to do that, or at least not all the time at the very least. Like, there's being defensive, but you gotta hit some winners sometimes, or at least try to, beat your opponent. You're not gonna do that if you just give them the ball. So that's what I need to do at that time. Now what I need is at the very least to start doing some rallies. But I think I can, if I can just do some games, it'll do both things. I just need to play a lot of games. So after the drills, what we'll do is usually we'll do either King of the Court or Queen of the Court, as he likes to call it, just because I'm the only guy and there's like I think 3 to 4 girls, so pretty much Queen of the Court. Especially since I suck and I just have, I don't know what it is, but I'm just not able to really do well confidently. I'm pretty sure it's just a confidence thing because I'll fuck up and it'll just burrow deep inside of me and I'm just like, oh, I can't do this, and then it'll just keep adding on every single time. Anyways, we'll do either Queen of the Court or we'll do some sort of doubles game. It won't be an actual game because we're not serving. The coach is serving the ball for us, but it'll be a doubles game. So those two things are fine. The only thing is that those only last 10 minutes each at most. So that's about 20 minutes of actual tennis practice, barring drills, but like actual, practice, 20 minutes a week. That's not gonna get me anywhere. Like, I'm a little too old, a little too out of shape to be trying to do professionally, so that's fine. But I was hoping, somewhere in between, something, at least be decent, something, I don't know. I just need to sort of, find a way to remedy that. The only real thing I can do is find a way to, one, play tennis on an actual court. Gotta find a way to do that. Yeah, be it joining a club or getting a permit somehow, biting the bullet. But even if I have that, I have to figure out, two, finding opponents that I can play with. I need at least 2 different people that I can play with that are either around my level or higher. Because the thing is that, being that I'm the only one that really prominently plays tennis in my group of friends, I'm technically the best of my friends. That sounds really like I'm bragging, but it's not. It's just because they don't play tennis. So that's why I'm technically the best, just by the sheer fact, just by default, that, you know, everyone doesn't really play tennis like I do. The issue with that is that if I don't start playing people that are better than me, I won't, you know, become a better player. And obviously they're not in that kind of position where they're gonna, you know, become better tennis players, because they don't care about tennis like that. That's understandable. So I need to find other people to play tennis with that are at the very least either the same sort of level as me, so we can have some good sort of competition going, or that are way better than me, or not way better to the point where, like, it's boring for them and I'm just getting, you know, my ass rocked. But, you know, better than me, that at the very least I can sort of eventually catch up, you know, progress. But I don't know, maybe someday I'll find that. It just comes down to having a lot of money, honestly. Like, I need like a lot of money, and then to start just making friends with people. I don't know how I'm gonna go about that. I'm gonna try doing some research, because I know I did it before when I first started working, trying to get a tennis, join a tennis club, because I was, you know, out of shape, and I was hoping that, you know, since I had money now I could do that, but it was still too much, even with my salary at that time. Granted, I'm getting to pay the same amount now. I'm a little more lenient just because I can save up a lot more now that I've been working so long, and I don't have as many. Well, I have bills now. I didn't have bills then, but I just had a lot of loans, I guess, that I had to pay. They were technically like student loans, but they weren't actually student loans. They weren't like loans to like a bank or anything like that. It was just like some people that loaned me some money. I just needed to pay them back, or rather I want to pay them back. Not so much that I needed to, but I just want to. But yeah, I'm going to try and do some research, see if I can join a club, because that's really the best thing I can do. I want to try and take classes during the winter back at the USTA, which I managed to do a while back because my girlfriend had sort of the hookup. Sort of. I don't know how much she paid. She didn't tell me. She got it for me for Christmas. She got the hookup and she got me the classes. The only issue is that was really expensive. They were like $600. That's a lot of fucking money for like 6 weeks or 8 weeks maybe of tennis or something like that. Like, that's a lot of fucking dough. That's pretty much 80% of one of my paychecks just for that. Like, that's a lot of fucking money just for tennis, you know? And at the very least, you know, that was like an hour and a half. So that was pretty good. We had enough time to go through drills, and we played a lot of time. We had a lot of time going through games. I like that a lot better. It was also a little bit more sort of, I want to say organized, but that's not exactly the word. It was just a lot more sort of fine-tuned, sort of. So like, we got to do what we needed to do a lot quicker, so we had a lot more time to play games, basically. Whereas where I am now in Central Park, I'm not saying, you know, we're wasting a lot of time, but, you know, there's definitely some time we're wasting that I didn't waste before. I don't know what it is. It might just be that I feel that way just because the time is a lot shorter, so I kind of like, come on, let's play. But whatever. There's nothing really I can do about that now. But yeah, classes are fine. The only thing is that once the classes are done, I'm fucked. Because, you know, what else am I gonna do? Ideally, I'd like to find a place where I can take classes, but also have access to the courts. Like, if I could find a place where it's like, oh, fuck, it hurts my soul to hate to say this, but where I can pay like maybe 800, maybe like 1,000 a year, and it I have access to maybe some classes, or at least access to some courts whenever I want, you know? That I can do. Get like an actual subscription where it's not just, you know, like a couple of months. But, you know, that I'm gonna have to figure out how to do, because I know I have a lot of issues that I need to work out sort of in my game. Aside from, you know, just playing fitness and, you know, cardio, that I need to play an actual game, or rather need to play actual games to build up, but, you know, nothing I can do about that now. I also need to sort of work on my backhand, because I've sort of changed the backhand form a lot over the, 8 years or so that I've been playing tennis. I've changed my form substantially. Now it's a lot more sort of consistent, because before I kind of sort of had these, I wasn't really sure what to do with it. I would just, you know, stick to whatever form kind of worked, but they weren't really too effective. Now I think I got a pretty decent form. They've sort of, all of that messing around has been working up to my current form, which I have, which I'm somewhat proud of. The only issue is that I don't have really enough confidence in it or enough practice to use it effectively, which is the issue. So I really want to work on my backhand extensively. And my serve is still an issue. My serve is a lot better than it's been in years, which is saying much, since I've always had a disgusting serve. I was never able to serve when I was in high school taking classes. I was never able to serve well. I would just have to sort of pop the ball up and just badminton the ball into the box. So I really need to sort of hone down my serve, and the main way that I would do that is by playing games, because you know, I can fix my form, but I also need to actually know what it's like playing a game and serve. Because one of the other issues is when I hit the ball, it's the same thing as with my the ready stance, that I'll hit the ball and I'll just sit there going, did that go in? Because I'm just so used to it not going in. So I won't you know, get ready, especially on a serve where you kind of have to, since you're at a slight disadvantage. If your opponent can get to the ball really well, if you didn't hit a really good serve, they can fuck you over, since you kind of did a long-winded motion to hit the ball, so they can kind of jam you pretty easily. So I sort of just kind of hit the ball and I kind of just stand there thinking like, did that go in? And then, you know, once my opponent hits it, then I'll get ready. But that cuts out a lot of time. Like, that's a lot of time wasted where I, you know, should be just playing tennis, rather than just, you know, doubting my ability. So I just need to play a lot of games. The summation of all this entire rant. Anyways, we were like down a lot, but I kind of cheesed it a bit. We were down 2-4, and I rallied back all the way now to 5-4. I kind of got a bunch of specials in, which is, you know, I'm not really feeling too bad about that, just because Shishido went ahead and fucking did this bullshit a trillion times, which he's well known for. Excuse me. Since he doesn't need any fucking bar to use that, as we've talked about before. He needs to have at least one, but it doesn't cost him anything, which sucks. The only one that costs him is the one where he runs and then he hits it, you know, really fast. So I guess it's a rising shot. That's the only one that actually cost him some bar. But otherwise, he'll just run towards every ball. It'll be really annoying later on. I think the next tournament, or rather in season 3, we're gonna be facing, or we're gonna be in tournaments that are gonna be at hard. They're gonna be in hard mode. So that's gonna be really annoying, because I sort of tested the waters a little bit before I started recording this, and they went ahead and they rocked my shit, because they're able to actually hit your specials, and they know when to hit their specials. So that's gonna be really interesting for anyone that's seen the first 2 seasons, thinking like, oh, this game is so easy, even though I get my ass kicked a bunch of times. Oh, but yeah, gonna go ahead and probably finish this out with no, I don't have enough bar. Hope you guys don't mind that I took out the bar, just because I kind of don't see the point. And the game looks a lot better without the bar there. I was gonna say we're gonna finish it off with a serve, but instead we're gonna finish it off with another snake, and boom goes the dynamite. That was a really tight game. I managed to come back, but now we're in the final round of the Kantou doubles tournament. And next time we'll see who our opponents are. We sure did use quite a lot of specials, huh? Let's go ahead and not talk about that, huh? Alright, stay fresh.
Too easy.